Well, everyone's on pins and needles across the country. You ready to go, Lebron? Fans want to know where you're taking your talents this year. What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is tough. In this fall, I'm gonna be taking my talents to Hennessy VSOP.
VSOP? And this was the conclusion you woke up with this morning?
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
LeBron, appreciate it.
I like my decision.
Brain fog clouding your thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Clarity in 15 seconds.
excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Major Level Entertainment Special Quick Edition. I am your host and owner of the channel, and your boy, Big Major. Hey, look, listen, I had to do a quick little show on this. But before I start, shout out to my damn cousin and Cuzzo and Go James, aka Chris, aka let me cook this brother right quick, aka Mr. Fuck Around and Find Out. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Cuzzo for showing up. Hey man, I had to do a show on this, man, because this shit right here was just too damn funny. It was too funny. And I said, let me go ahead and talk about it because I know the haters are mad. Haters is pissed off, hot. Haters is pissed off, and I knew they would be. You know what I'm saying? But I think everybody that is a Laker fan, everybody that know LeBron, love LeBron, or whatever the case may be, don't have a problem with him. They all knew that this was gonna happen. They knew that he wasn't gonna announce his retirement or anything. And I think a couple of haters even knew that too. It's just crazy how he garners so much attention from both sides of the playing field. You know what I'm saying? The haters, they're leaning on everything he says and does because they want him gone. Those who are like stands of his, I'm not gonna say fans, but stands of his, people that think he can do no wrong or whatever the case may be. They're standing on the other side saying, he's not going to do it because we want him to stick around longer. And people that are fans of his, regular fans like myself, people who are not afraid to hold him accountable, but at the same time, not going to hate on him or not going to worship him either at the same time. We kind of like stand in the middle. We're like, hey, look, man, we know he's a big time marketing genius. We know he's a big time business guy. And this is business. And I knew from the jump it was going to be some type of promotion to promote, whatever it is that, he's standing by these days, whether it be liquor, clothes, shoes, whatever the case may be. And if you look at the video, you can even kind of tell that he almost broke character and started kind of like he wanted to laugh. So I never thought that this would be something that would be life-shattering decision or whatever the case may be. And haters is on edge. And I came up here to laugh about that shit, man. It is so fucking funny to me. So funny that people are waiting for this dude to just go. And it's crazy. Here's the thing. It's not even about that he doesn't play well anymore or whatever the case may be. People may say, oh, he's not the same as he used to be on defense. Well, goddamn it, he's almost 41 years old. What do you expect? I'm not tripping on that. But did he not give you all-star numbers this past season? And it's not just for fluff. Like, he did it pretty efficiently. Yeah, there was some games where he came up short or whatever the case may be. But it happens to the best of us. I mean, even the great Michael Jordan, the great Kobe Bryant, Shaq, all those guys, Kareem, Magic, they all came up short. It happens. But to act like this dude is still not putting his stamp on the game, at this late stage in his career, is just pure D hate. You know what I'm talking about? It's crazy. Because here's the thing. I don't even want to go through his whole life record or life story or whatever the case may be when it comes to basketball, because we all know what LeBron James has done in the last 22 years up until this point on the court. So I want y'all to walk back with me through this season right quick. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to walk back with me through this season right quick. And then I'm going to post some a couple numbers from him. Now, people say, oh, it's not all about stats. Yeah, see, what nobody saying that shit about Jordan. So you're going to hear from me now, goddammit. Because everything is based upon, just about everything is based upon stats. Because this is how you measure a man in sports. Stats. So don't change it up now because it's him and not anybody else. So this past season, at 40 years old, LeBron turned in 70 games. He gave you 35 minutes per 70 games. He shot 51% from the field. That's efficient. He shot almost 38% from the three. That's efficient for him. He shot 78% from the free throw. That's efficient for him. He gave you 8 rebounds, 8 assists. He gave you 1 steal, and he gave you almost a full block with 24 points per game, ladies and gentlemen, at 40 years old. Nobody else in the history has come close to that, playing this long at 40 years old. All the other guys that played this long did barely cracked in the double digits, including my damn GOAT Kareem. Barely cracked in the double digits. This is what a 40-year-old guy turned in. This is what he turned in at 40 years old. And you know what else he did at 40 years old, ladies and gentlemen? At 40 years old, this man was sixth among a bunch of stars in the NBA, 6th in MVP voting. Let me say that again. Not all-star voting, in MVP voting, just outside the top 5. Now, why is that ridiculous? Most people will say, oh, well, he wasn't number 1 or he didn't crack the top 5. At 40 years old, you mean to tell me that's not impressive that he's within the top 10? Still within the top 10 of the best basketball players on the court today at 40. Everybody else is 10 years or better younger than this man. Now, that's not me worshiping. That's me giving the nigga his due diligence, his just desserts, his flowers. That's not me work. Most people, oh man, no, listen. I respect greatness, man. I respected Jordan game. Didn't like him, but I respected him. Love Kobe, respected his game. Love LeBron before he came to the Lakers, respected his game. I don't give a fuck. I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I respected the shit out of Bird. Hated the nigga, but I respected him. I'm not one of the, see, a hater is like this. This is a hater. A hater is the type of person that would be like, they could see you doing great, see Jesus walk on water, turn water to wine, and say, yeah, but it took him 30 minutes to do it. They don't have no type of gratitude or no type of they don't give anybody any props. Like, for no reason. If a person hates you, if a hater hates you, you could no matter what you do well, they'll find a way to hate you. They can't give no gravitas to you. They can't give nothing to you. They won't give, I mean, edgewise, you can't get nothing out of them, not a compliment or anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what a hater is. A stan is a person that is like, oh, well, he's the only player that's doing this, and he's the only great player that's ever come through. So a stan is like on the opposite spectrum. You know what I'm saying? He could do no wrong. He does no wrong. Yeah, he only scored 17 points tonight. Yeah, he shot only 33% from the field or whatever, but he's LeBron James. You know, they don't, just like the haters don't give him any props. Well, people who are just like stans, or, they won't critique him, or they won't give him any type of, pushback on anything. But fans like myself, he's not above reproach. But I'm going to give him his praise. I'm going to give him his praise more than I'm going to critique him, because throughout his career has been worthy of that praise more than it's been worthy of the critique. Now, when he does something wrong, if he shoots 7 threes and he missed all 7, or LeBron was 0 for 7 from the 3-point today. Oh, LeBron, he put up 25 shots, but he only made 3 shots. That's horrible, LeBron, from a player of your ilk. So I'm going to get on him. Fans like me are going to get on him regardless of what he does. Like, if he does great, we're going to give him his props. If he does foul, we're gonna critique him. Haters, no matter what he does, they're gonna critique him. They're gonna put him down. They're gonna criticize him. Stans, no matter what he does, they're gonna praise him. You see the difference? There's three in the world of sports. Three types of fans in the world of sports. And I fall in the fan category. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of his, but I put nobody above my team. But for this dude to do what he did this past season is worthy of that praise. Oh, but it gets better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Remember how I told y'all, how I tell y'all all the time. During the playoffs, ballers ball, their numbers actually go up a bit. Even if ever so slightly, they do go up a bit. You know what I'm talking about? Guess what he did in the playoffs? Now, he played 5 games. He played in all the 5 games. He averaged 41 minutes because the other bombs couldn't really do anything. He shot 49% from the field. His threes went down a little bit. He shot 36%. He still averaged 78% from the free throw line. His rebounds went up. Excuse me. Yeah, his rebounds went up to 9 rebounds a game. His assists went down. Of course, they had to go down because he had to score more. His assists went down to 6 assists per game. His steals went up to 2 steals a game. His blocks went up to 2 blocks per game. And he averaged 25 points a game. So he went up a point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what this 40-year-old man is doing at this time. This is what they're expecting him to do. Now, if he was so bad, according to haters, would you put this workload on him? Would he have to? Well, he's stat padding. Well, would he have to do that if he had the proper supporting cast around him? Aside from Luka, we know Luka's gonna do what he does. Luka did what he did. You know what I mean? But who else stepped up consistently? And you're going to see that this year once again. I still believe that he could put up 24 or better points per game. He could still average 8 rebounds, 8 assists per game. He could still give you a steal or 2 per game. He could still give you almost a block a game. I do believe that, ladies and gentlemen. And if he does this at 41 years old in year 23, and he's anywhere within the top 10 in MVP voting, I don't want to hear a motherfucking marshmallow yellow peep. I don't care if they don't make it to the playoffs. I don't care if he don't win another ring. I don't care about that. He doesn't care about it. His main thing was, hey, look, this is extra credit. If I happen to win, I win. But right now, we can all agree that if he was to quit basketball right now, he would go first ballot into the Hall of motherfucking Fame. Would he not? Even haters got to admit. Fuck all that bullshit. Reason why you hate him. He flops, he cries, he do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. Everybody in sports has cried. Everybody in sports has flopped. Everybody in sports has bitched and moaned to the refs. Everybody in sports. Like, let's knock it the fuck off. You can't deny the greatness of a person just because you don't like their style of play or because you like another player so much that you hate this one guy. But see, y'all already heard this story before. Y'all heard this song and dance from me before. I'm just getting up here because I laugh. Every time I see a motherfucking hater, it makes me laugh. I'm glad. I'm sitting back like, okay, what kind of marketing is he gonna do now? I've stopped drinking the last 5 years. I stopped drinking 5 years ago, but this nigga make me want to go get a bottle of Hennessy now. You know what I'm talking about? So that's where we are with it. You know what I'm saying? But people are going to continue to hate, but I'm not. People are going to continue to stand, but I'm not. I'm going to continue to be a fan that's going to critique him rightly so, and that's going to give him praise rightly so. If he's doing well, if he's not doing well, he's going to get that critique. He's going to get that praise. But I'm not a delusional hater that's going to sit back and act like this man haven't done anything for this sport. Now, if you are a hater, I feel bad for you because you got to be mad just that much longer. You know what I'm talking about? That's why it doesn't pay. That's why it doesn't pay to hate. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, what good does it do for you to hate? You know what I'm saying? What good does it do for you to say, oh man, I wish he would retire? That's another thing I hate when people say, oh, I want him to retire. But they can't never give you a real reason why they want him to retire. Or they'll say, man, I can't wait for him to leave my team. Okay, what's your reasoning? Do you want him to leave the team because he suck, or do you want him to leave the team because you hate him? And if you hate him, do you hate him because he's outlasted your favorite player, or do you hate him simply because you're a motherfucking hater? And more often than not, 9 times out of 10, they hate him simply because he's a motherfucking hater. I don't want to hear that he flops bullshit because everybody flops. I don't want to hear that he cries to the refs shit because everybody cries to the refs, including Jordan. He was the first nigga that did it, or one, he was a nigga that made it popular to the point where they changed the rules for that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want then when that's a weak ass excuse, then they'll throw the excuse up. Well, he supports China. Oh, that's bullshit. That has nothing to do with what's on the court. See, you know, when a motherfucker is running out of reasons to a reason for anything, a reason to hate a motherfucker, or a reason for this, or a reason for that, they running out of shit. So they start bringing up off the court shit. He support China. Okay, we didn't ask you about his political reviews. I don't give a fuck about his political views. He could come out and say, fuck all niggas today. Niggas, you a great player, is gonna help my team win. That's all I give a fuck about. You motherfucking haters rule with your emotions. I hate him because he flops. I hate him because this and this and that. And not telling you the real reason you hate him. You know the real reason people hate him? The real reason people hate him, they don't want to admit it. And if they would admit it, they'd get more respect. They hate him because their favorite player has long stopped playing the game and LeBron is still here. He's outlasted your favorite motherfucking player. Let's admit it. Hell, he's outlasted my favorite motherfucking player. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is he outlasted my favorite player, or my GOAT, stopped playing the game of basketball before a lot of you son of a bitches was born. My GOAT stopped playing in 1989. His career was over in 89 when LeBron was 5 years old. But see, the problem is a lot of these people that hate LeBron today is motherfuckers that who, saw this, they saw their favorite players. They saw Jordan, they saw Kobe or whatever play. And Jordan got to 40. He made it to 40 years old playing, but he was a shell of himself. Kobe made it to 37 playing, but he was a shell of himself. And I love Kobe, but I'm going to keep it real. LeBron has outplayed and outlasted all y'all's favorite players by far. And you motherfuckers got a problem with it. Y'all want to talk about progressing the game or whatever the case may be? Well, give that man his props. You don't have to like him. Hell, he lies. Lies about what? Oh, he does. See, they start going outside of basketball. Okay, he caps. Okay, if he caps, does the nigga average 25, 7 to 7, 8 and 8, 27, 8 and 8 for a career? He caps. Does the nigga make an all-star appearance every year? Oh, he caps. Does the nigga bring in unlimited revenue for basketball per year? Oh, he caps. Do you see him doing anything wrong outside the court? Do you see him doing anything other than being a good father and exceptional husband? I'm not saying we see his personal life and behind the scenes everything he do, but from what I've seen, I ain't heard no controversy behind him. Putting down his community and doing things like that. He put niggas to work. He put all his homies from back home on. And this is a bad person. So then they want to take it off the court because now they find a reason. They say, okay, well, flopping is a weak, that's a weak argument now. Arguing with the refs is a weak argument now, because if you've been watching the game of basketball as long as I've been watching the game of basketball, you'll see everybody has flopped. Everybody has cried. So now what's your argument? No more well, he's a bad free throw shooter, or he's a horrible three-point shooter. Okay, but he never came in as a three-point shooter. He developed a three-point shot. He's a horrible free throw shooter. Okay, for as good as he is, okay, I'll give you that. But is that a reason to hate somebody? You know how many horrible free throw shooters there are that are great players? You know what I'm saying? So what does one thing have to do with the other? They running out of reasons to hate him, so they invent stuff. Or they go off the court with it. But the fact of the matter is, I'm telling you here right now, live on Major Level Entertainment, is that he's passed up their favorite players and their GOATs. That's what the fuck it is. They just too chicken shit to admit it. Sorry, haters. And then for the people that are stans, you know what I'm saying, that put him above reproach. y'all are just as bad. Because when he does something fucked up on the court, or when he doesn't make the right play, or when he doesn't make the right reads, or when it seems like he's pulling the team down for a win, or whatever the case may be, or if he doesn't take responsibility for his actions on the court, then you motherfuckers act like it's everybody else's fault but his. So on both sides, I'm not on neither's team. I'm not on the haters team. I'm not on the stands team. But I'm with the fans that will say, you know what? I'm going to hold Bron's feet to the fire when he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. But I'm also going to praise him when he does do what he's supposed to do. And more often than not, he has done what he's supposed to do throughout his career. Period, point blank. So that's where I'm at with it. So this is why I'm glad. This is why I'm glad that he did this. And he may not come out and say it, but niggas know how to read between the lines. Man, he did this shit for the haters. He did it. That's part of the reason he did it. He did it for the haters. Yes, it's a great marketing strategy for Hennessy. Hennessy probably paid him a pretty penny. Yes, that's good. Make your money. Get your money. I'm not against that. Anything that you have to do to get your money without hurting anybody, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? If people think, oh, he's a billionaire, he don't need no more money. Listen, you can never not need any more money, because and at the drop of a hat, you can lose it all tomorrow. So get multiple streams of revenue as long as you ain't got to hurt nobody or bend over for the shit. You know what I mean? And get that. But the haters are punching air for those who really thought, and there's people out there that really thought, and this dude about to retire. Yes. And then other people sitting on edge like, oh man, he's going to retire. No, what are we going to do with our lives? And us fans sitting back was like, hey, man, I told y'all this man ain't going nowhere. He's not going to work. 3 weeks before the season begins. Come on, y'all. The motherfucker. Oh, and here's another thing that's going to hurt you guys. So-called Laker fans that don't like him. Hey, I got news for you. He's going to retire a Laker. I've been saying it here all along. I've been saying it on other channels. He's going to retire a Laker. So if you're a Laker fan and you hate him, first of all, I don't look at you the same as I look at myself as a Laker fan. Even Kobe didn't look at you that way, because Kobe accepted him. And this is most Laker fans today are mainly Kobe fans. So if Kobe's accepted him, hey, y'all should too. You don't have to like him, but you do have to accept him. If you love Kobe, then you will have accepted that LeBron has came over here and he's been a part of this culture for the last 8 years. Accepted. I didn't have a problem accepting it because I never hated the kid. Like I said, I've been watching LeBron since the late 90s when I first caught wind of this nigga in the 90s playing football. And everybody was saying, man, he could play basketball. He could be a great NBA player one day. This was like 96, 97. Long before anybody that watches basketball knew who the fuck he was. Long before the stands knew who he was to worship him. Long before the haters knew who he was to hate him. See, I'd have been around the country I'd have been around a long time, and I'd have been everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And I've heard about this kid since before he got to the NBA. So when I would hear little stories about how he would play against NBA players, whatever, I was hearing that shit already. See, this is before camera phones and all that shit and stuff really popped out. You had to do shit on camcorders and all that shit. Remember, this the 90s, the late 90s. So you had to either be there, know somebody that was there, or something in order to get a firsthand account of these things. And I've always heard it. And then when he gets to the NBA in 2003, I just threw everybody's like, oh my God, this dude is a phenom. He came out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. And I'm sitting back like, hey man, that kid, I know that kid was athletic in high school. I knew it. I'm not going to say I could foretell that he was going to play this long and be this great for this long. I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. That would be cap. But I can tell you that I knew he was going to be something. I just didn't know he was going to do it for 23 goddamn years. I thought the kid was going to play 10, 15 years tops, and then that's the end of it. Then he started declining in year, 12, 13, 14. This dude is in year 23 and going in after having 24 8-8 season at 40 motherfucking years old. Nobody could have foretold. If you could have foretold how great he was going to be, you're lying. Nobody could have foretold this. I'm not going to even stand up there and say that I could have foretold him. But I've been watching LeBron for the last over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? When you could catch some of his games on cable, local cable companies, cable channels and stuff like that. When you had to fucking do the fucking what's the name of the boxes, the converter boxes to catch the damn channels. You know what I'm saying? It was like, who the fuck is this kid? Who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? Already 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 210 pounds, 220, 230. Already skying, jumping off the roof, dunking on niggas' head. I'm like, who the fuck is this 16, 17-year-old dude? And 2-3 years later, he'd come to the NBA. And I wasn't shocked. Everybody else was shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm sitting back looking like, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know he was going to be this great for this long. His own teammates was putting him down before he got there. There comes a time in life, y'all, where you got to stop hating. Got to. There was a time at one point, man, Bird bust our ass so bad one game. I said, you know what, man, I can't stand this motherfucker. But, bro, if you cannot get me to say that he wasn't one of the best players to ever play this game, that he wasn't top 10 best small forwards to play the game alongside Dr. J and guys like that. He is top, this Bird. You can't tell me that this dude wasn't one of the greatest players. And he's a smelting. But they're going to show you how unbiased I am. You would think, I hate the Celtics. I hate them. There's nothing they can do to make me love them. Nothing they can do to make me. My mama could play for them, and I'd be like, yeah, mama. Yeah, I love you, but I hate your team. I could have been fucking, my mom could, somebody in the family could tell me today, hey, Major, you know you was born in Boston. I still would be like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. But I cannot knock what Bird did, what Parrish did, what Dennis Johnson did, what Kevin McHale did. I can't knock it, ladies and gentlemen. What Bill Russell did, and is before my time. What Reggie Lewis is one of my favorite players of all times. Reggie Lewis, this kid, man, Lynn Bias, another favorite player of mine coming out of college. One of my favorite players in college, watching college basketball when I was a young man, 84, 85, 86. When I heard that he was going to the Celtics, it damn near broke my heart because I loved Lynn Bias. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Had he have lived and would have on draft night, he would have got past draft night. He lived past draft night, and he would have got to the Celtics. I would have been torn because I'd have been like, there. Every time we play these motherfuckers, I want us to bust their ass. But I know Lynn Bias was gonna give somebody that work. And I was going and inside I was gonna cheer for him, like, yay, because that was one of my favorite players in college. I had several, but he was one of my favorites in college. Ladies and gentlemen, does that sound like somebody? Does that sound like somebody that's so biased that he can't give another person props? No. Well, I've always been that way. Yes, I'm a diehard Laker fan in basketball, but there has been great players. Some of those players has busted our ass through the years. There's been great players that I cannot deny. Everybody know how much I love Kareem. Everybody know how much I love Magic. Everybody know how much I love Worthy. But that doesn't mean that Dr. J wasn't one of my favorite players. And Philadelphia used to kick our ass in the early 80s. Can't tell me Dr. J wasn't one of my favorites. Bird was a great player. Jordan was a great player. These motherfuckers busted our asses. Isaiah Thomas is my number 2 point guard of all times. In the bad boy Detroit Pistons in the late 80s used to beat our ass. But Charles Barkley was one of my favorite probably is my favorite power forward of all times. Only reason he's my favorite power forward of all times over Tim Duncan is because of what Barkley was able to do at 6'4", 6'5", playing with Malone and Terry Cummings and guys like that, and getting with these niggas and putting up 23,000 points in his career. Barkley was a goddamn an asteroid that hit the planet. 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", whatever they want to put him at, or whatever the case may be. He's more like my height, 6'5" and 6'5" and a half. But at power forward, he was the size of a shooting guard. Or maybe even a small forward in some circles. But he was a power forward, bodying niggas. Bigger than 6-7 inches bigger than him, 20, 30 pounds heavier than him. And he did it for 16 motherfucking years in the NBA. I hate his takes, but that nigga was one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Fuck you if you don't agree with me. You know what I'm talking about? So, but these dudes were on opposite teams and they busted our ass at different times of career that I've seen, but they were just on opposite teams. But I still was able to give him enough respect. Hakeem Olajuwon, you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest center, power forward, whatever you want to call him of all times. Well, you know, had some of the fastest feet next to Worthy. Worthy was probably number 2 to him. Of some of the fastest feet in NBA history. And it don't come close. And he was able to kick ass. Once again, not on my team, but that didn't stop me from giving the players that wasn't on my team props. Haters cannot do that. That's why me and haters will never be in the same arena. Stans cannot do that. That's why me and Stans can never be in the same arena, the same conversation. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the game. I'm a fan of my team. Player fans, all that shit, that's a distant third to me. I'm not a respecter of just a player. I don't love the player more than I love the goddamn team. Now, there's been some players that's come to make teams. Like, it would be no Showtime Laker without Kareem and Magic. Period, point blank. Before that, I can't tell you what they was really doing. I wasn't fucking born yet. But 77, 78, 79, 79 from 79 to 89. 79 to I'm going to say from 79 to probably 91. Magic's career. The Showtime era Lakers. Everything after that, it is what it is. But my era of the Lakers, the Showtime era. I'm from the original Showtime era. Lake Show era came later. That's Kobe and all that. I respect that too. But it ain't nothing ever going to be like the Showtime era Lakers. I don't give a fuck. We was tough to beat. It was physical. It was grueling. Niggas got clotheslined out the air. We had dogs. The whole goddamn team was dogs. Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, Michael Thompson, Mark McNamara, Orlando Wood. Everybody on the team will fucking fight you. Now you got to search high and low for dogs. Well, we've been talking about the last couple of years. Man, Lakers ain't had no dogs. Yeah, we got Vando, we got Marcus Smart now. We got Jake LaRivia now. We got dogs, people that's gonna get. Man, you didn't have to question that back then. The whole goddamn team will fight you. Magic wasn't no punk. Worthy wasn't no punk. Kareem knocked a couple niggas' heads off. Cooper wasn't no punk. AC Green wasn't no punk. He may have been a virgin. He may have been a pastor, but he wasn't no punk. He got to throw hands with you. Kurt Rambis. Get clotheslined out there. Every time we played Boston, we knew to throw Kurt Rambis out there on the floor sometime. Because, you know, he was about to fire on the nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Byron Scott wasn't no punk. Michael Thompson wasn't no punk. Mark McNamara wasn't no punk. Norm Nixon when he played with no punk. Spencer Hayward. Should I go on or should I stop? Happy Harrison. Should I go on or stop? Jamal Wilkes. Even when Jerry West played, he wasn't no punk. Matter of fact, the damn coach, Pat Riley, wasn't no punk. Bus wasn't no punk. All Bus had to do was just wave his pinky ring in the air. Your ass was missing, came up missing. We wasn't punks. You know what I'm talking about? And I want to get back to that shit. I want to get back to that where motherfuckers were scared to play us. I want to get back to that. See, y'all don't know like how I know. You know what I'm saying? That's what make me uniquely different to talk about this. I was there the whole goddamn time. And that shit bled off into the fans. The fans, not only would you get your ass kicked in the arena, sometimes you get your ass kicked outside the arena. Don't come to the arena with anything else on other than Laker regalia. If you did, you was getting fucked up before you made it to Manchester and Prairie. As soon as you stepped out the Forum, hey, you needed security out that motherfucker because niggas was getting fucked up. I remember when the whole motherfucking stadium, just about the whole stadium, as far as your eyes can see, it was Bloods and Crips outside the stadium, inside the stadium. Hey man, them niggas coming, chase the motherfucking Boston Celtics bus all the way to fuck down Century to the motherfucking airport. They didn't even want to stay in town. Them motherfuckers quick because they had another game real quick. I think they was playing the Knicks next. So they didn't stay. You know how usually you'll play a team, out of town team, and the team, they might have a day or two before the next game, whatever, and they'll stay. But they had to go play another Eastern Conference game right away. I remember that shit like it was cooked meatloaf yesterday. And them niggas went straight to motherfucking LAX and they got chased all the way to fuck down Century, all the way to all the way. Niggas was chasing them on bikes, mopeds, motorcycles, cars. The police couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. I was like 13, 14 years old at the time. I couldn't, but them niggas man, when them niggas came out, bro, and they went straight, they came out, the little bus went out the little side or down the little side street. Now it's called Kareem Court. It was something else, but the little side street on side of Staples, on side of the Forum is now called Kareem Court. They might have changed the name, but they went down a little back street, Kareem Court, and then they came up 98th Street. When they went down 98th Street, they hooked that left on Prairie, went all the way down Prairie to Century. They went down Prairie to Century. Nigga, everybody, if you was there on a bike, see, I didn't live that far from the Forum at that time. From the Forum at the time. I think I stayed about maybe less than 5 miles away. I stayed off of Western and 103rd at that point. You know what I'm saying? Close to Western and 103rd. So all I had to do in order to get to the Forum was I would take two routes. I would either go straight out Century because 103rd, where I lived at, was the next street up from Century. Century is really like 100th Street. So you'll take Century all the way. If I'm riding on a bike, take Century all the way down on my bike, past Crenshaw, get to Prairie, and then make a right on Prairie, and then go all the way up to Manchester. So I'm on Prairie, Manchester. That's the Forum. Or because I stayed so close to Western, Western was like literally the next street over, next main street. I would take Western all the way down on my bike, all the way to Manchester, make a left, and then go all the way down Manchester to Manchester and Prairie, right across the street from the Inglewood Cemetery. Boom, Sizzler's right there across the street, and then they go to Forum right there. Roll in, put your ticket at Ticketmaster, whatever the case may be, and go on inside. Now, if I'm going with an adult, of course, we driving or whatever the case may be. But a lot of games I went to on my own, 13, 14, 15 years old, I would sneak up there. It was just man. And see, back in those, in the 80s, early 90s, it was easy to actually sneak into games. Sometimes you didn't even need a goddamn ticket. You just, if you knew security up there, or if there was a way you could pay people, because at that time you had scalpers outside the arenas, so you go up in there, hey man, you know what I'm saying, hey man, I'll let you in, give me $150. You know what I'm saying? Somebody didn't have a ticket that night, or it may be a packed house. And whenever the Forum was packed, it was always 17,505. 17,505 was the amount of chairs in that place. Sometimes people will overbuy tickets. The tickets go over, and instead of turning them away because the person bought the ticket or whatever the case may be, they will let you. They had like standing room because there was no internet then, so people were standing in the aisles, or sometimes people would just be gathered outside. And they had the big old TV screens out there on the Forum, whatever the case may be. Or some people had closed circuit. Some people had, the antennas where they could watch it on a little portable. There was no phones or anything like that. There was nobody in there to record it, whatever. So some people had camcorders. You had to watch the games later, or some of the games it was just a bunch of different ways to get around in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I snuck into the Forum Club a couple of times. I told stories about it. So, but this one time, I was up there on a motherfucking bike. I had a fucking BMX. I had a Sonic 6. I had a Sonic 6 bikes. For those of y'all that don't know what a Sonic 6 is, go ahead and look up a Sonic 6. I think it was by Huffy. Look up a bike called a Sonic 6. The motherfucker had the gear shift in the middle of it. Just go look up Sonic 6, y'all. Out on the Sonic 6, me and a couple of the homies, the homeboy Devin, the homeboy Scoop, we all went down the street. Them niggas went a different way because we used to race to see who would get there first when they would do like little carnivals and stuff. So since I stayed closer to Century, I went down Century, but they would take the longer route around. They'll take, Western all the way down to Manchester, whatever the case may be, get there and then make that left on Manchester, go all the way down. But see, we all still had to make the same L. They had to go all the way down Western. I had to go all the way down Century and make the L up on Prairie going right. So if I'm going down Century, make the L up on Prairie going right, I knew how to cut through. They had a racetrack right there. It used to be the horses right there. And there used to be the casino right there in Inglewood. So what I'll do, instead of going all the way down Prairie, I would cut through the horse tracks. I'll cut through the horse field in the casino parking lots. Cut through that motherfucker, boop, boop, zip, zip, zip. You know what I'm saying? Go through that big ass hole in the gate, boom. I'm right there at the back of where Kareem Court is now. So now I'm at the Forum quick. And the motherfuckers just coming down, man, just boning out, going down Manchester, boo, and I'm already there. Nigga, how the fuck you beat me there? Because I knew a cut. You know what I'm saying? If them dumbass niggas was smart, here's what they would have did. Here's what I would have did if I was them. I would have came down Century, just like I came down Century. They could have cut right up Van Ness. They could have got to 98th Street. 98th Street would take you all the way out to Kareem Court. And they would have beat me there by like 5 minutes. See, I know my routes, nigga. Even to this day, if I was racing a nigga and a nigga didn't know, but I knew I would get there. You know what I'm saying? And already be there. So get there. So when the game was over, immediately after the game, not even 10 minutes later, I don't even think the niggas went to the locker room barely. You know what I'm saying? They had like security take their bags and stuff to the bus. Niggas chased, and I was one of them niggas, amongst a bunch of niggas chased them niggas all the way to Century. I went to Century and stopped. I wasn't go no further than that. Because the airport was west. Was Century West. I stayed Century East. So I had to turn around and take my ass back home. I'm still a minor at this time. You know what I'm saying? Parents get wind of what the fuck I'm getting involved in. You know what I'm saying? My ass have been in trouble. So go to Century, chase them all the way to Century, and then it was just a sea of, oh man, if this shit was on camera. Back then, if they had like cameras up at businesses like they have today, it was just a sea of niggas. But anybody who was around that time would tell you the same fucking story, bro. It was out there. And went all the way down the Century, and the bus hit that right. Niggas was catching up to the bus. The police couldn't do nothing. And from Century all the way down to, I want to say Sepulveda, but the airport is a little bit past Sepulveda. So you got airport, you got Sepulveda, you got PCAs, you got Sepulveda, you got airport. I'd probably say all the way down to aviation. From Prairie all the way down to aviation, niggas got chased. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got chased. Now, when they got there, how the fuck? I can't tell you if motherfuckers got off the bus safely or not. But I know a couple Boston Celtics fans got fucked up. Yeah, that's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Police, their priority is to protect the team. So, but I say all that to say, man, that, you know what I'm saying, I seen a lot. I got a lot of stories on here about that shit, but I'm up here to say that LeBron and his team, great marketing strategy. Haters are going to have to cry a little longer, and the stands can rejoice a little longer. And fans like myself, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? When he does leave the game of basketball, it's going to be a sad day. I'm going to miss his gameplay out there. But I'm not going to be up in arms to the point where I'll be like, well, you know what? I'm going to stop watching Lakers. I'm going to stop supporting my Lakers. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be a fan of the game. I'm still going to watch my Lakers and support them the best way I can. Fans like us, it's not going to move us either way. We're going to feel bad when he's gone, of course, because, we watched him for 23 years. But we're not going to cry. We ain't going to bitch. We ain't going to moan. We ain't going to complain. We ain't going to smother his name or slander him or anything like that. We're going to give him a solid thank you for his contributions to the game of basketball, to his contributions on our team. And then we're going to move on to the next person. All right, Luka, it's your turn now. Giannis, it's your turn now. That's it. That's what real fans do. Haters going to rejoice. They're going to dance a jig in the middle of the street and pour champagne all over their naked bodies and do it. Stands is going to cry. and they go to his funeral, and they gonna put up fake, funerals and murals and fake, altars and stuff like that. We ain't gonna do all that. We're gonna see him off. Nice career, nice end to a nice career after playing 25 years in the league, however long he play, and then go on to the next person. Ladies and gentlemen, this shit was hilarious to me. People like, oh, he's corny. Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought it was a genius marketing bit. Hennessy just made a lot of money for goddamn sure. He just made a lot of money because Hennessy made a lot of money for goddamn sure. And then haters cry. It's a win-win situation for me. So I just want to get up here and talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Before I continue, let me go ahead and give a shout out to those that have showed up to listen in on Big Cuzzo rant this morning. And Cuzzo, you know what I'm talking about? He said Cuzzo had motherfuckers live show squid. Man, hey man, queued up thinking he was retiring. Now they got now they got a show talking about he needs to retire, pissed off to the motherfucker. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. It got the desired effect. You think LeBron didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he did this? and I can see a lot of podcasters getting ready to start up some shit. Oh, the nigga finally leaving. He finally about to go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How molded was they? This shit is hilarious. I might go give me a sip of wine, you know what I'm talking about? Just because, you know what I'm talking about? And you know what? I might go give me some goddamn Hennessy, you know what I'm talking about? And, just because, even though I ain't had to drink in 5 years, Go James, Cuzzo says, Brun asked and left the wine alone and went for the booze. Yeah, man. Brian, man, this dude, he knows what he's doing, man. That's all I can say. He knows what he's doing for sure, for certain. Cuzzo, he says, ain't gonna lie, he had the whole b-ball community on ice skates. Facts, he did. Niggas butts was puckered. Pause. Yay. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, what is the king gonna say? Oh my God, my glorious king, what is he gonna do? That's what the stands were saying. The haters were saying, yeah, I can't wait for this nigga to leave. Oh my God, man, they was telling their wives to fire up the jet, their husbands to, come on, babe, we about to go to Bora Bora. This nigga about to retire finally. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I could imagine a disappointment in households right now. Right now, somebody knocking a hole in the wall right now. Right now, somebody jumping off a bridge right now. And I laugh at all that pathetic ass shit. Just sit back, enjoy the motherfucking game, and enjoy this dude play the game the right way, not cheat the game. Get up there and play the game the right way. Yes, you know what? If they don't call fouls on me and I'm going through a motherfucking car wash where motherfuckers are swiping at me with bats and billy clubs and sticks and poles and chains, and then somebody shooting at me with missiles, and I get all the way to the rim and they don't call a foul, you goddamn right I'm a flop to get your attention. Now what? If I'm out there on the court and I'm getting hit every which way, east, north, west, south, people dropping bombs on me, elbowing me, rock bottoming me, spearing me, last ride, choke slam. I'm getting all these WWF moves done on me. And then I don't get one fucking foul called, you motherfucking damn Skippy, I'm going to flop and show you, hey, the motherfuckers just fouled me. Obviously, you can't see that this motherfucker just clotheslined me. He did a clothesline from hell, a Bradshaw clothesline from hell, and y'all didn't call that. So yeah, now I'm about to flail around on the goddamn ground. Like that one nigga did in Chicago, number 23, but except he flailed around on the ground and then he waltzed his ass right over there to the motherfucking NBA league office and bitched and moaned that they was fucking him up in Detroit. I don't want to hear a goddamn marshmallow yellow peep out of you hating ass bitches. Enjoy the game. And then when he leave, then you can go jack off. Till then, bitch cry longer. Oh, my mama and daddy, rest in peace. Over there at Compton Cemetery. You know what I'm talking about? And Go James, Cuzzo said, and Cuzzo, so I guess this semi confirms that he's going to play possibly beyond the city. Hey, yeah. You know what, Cuzzo? Bro, This is okay. Y'all want to hear what I really think while I'm on here, bro? I think LeBron is going for that golden 25 years. That's what I think. This is year 23. Next year will be year 24. That'll be the 2026-27 season. And the year after that will be 2027-2028 season. 2027-2028 season, LeBron will be 43, 44 years old and will have played a quarter of a century in the game of basketball. Probably never to be done again. And here's what I think is going to be. So that's another 2 years, y'all. If LeBron plays another 2 years and he doesn't get injured, I bet you he still goes out of the game of basketball, averaging over 20 points a game, giving you 8 and 8 again, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. He's not going to drop any farther below that. And when he does, ladies and gentlemen, lead this game at 44 years old, having played 25 motherfucking years in the NBA with those goddamn numbers, and if he makes one more All-Star game, or if he's in MVP talks again within the top 10, I don't want to hear a motherfucking peep whether he wins another championship or not, because there will have been nobody in the history of the game that's played this long, this great. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on if you don't agree. It's time to stop the hate. Now, when the nigga was playing on the East, did I like him? I mean, I've always been a fan of him. Yeah, I was a fan of him. But did I want him? Did when we played him? Did I hate him? Fuck yeah, I hated him. Because he wasn't over here. I hate everybody that's not over here. But when you come over here to my team, I'm going to support you as if you was Magic motherfucking Johnson or Kareem. Because I'm a Laker fan. No strings attached. Patrick Beverly hated that little motherfucker. Came to the Lakers, guess what? Loved him. You know why? Because he was on my motherfucking team. I didn't really like Giannis much. But let Giannis come over here to the team. Oh, my goodness. I've grown to like him over the years, even though he's still with the Bucks. But let him come to the team. Oh, my goodness. If Bird would have came over, I would have loved Bird over here. If Barkley would have came over, would have loved Barkley over here. If Dominique Wilkins would have came over, would have loved Wilkins over here. If Ewing would have came over, would have loved Ewing over here. If Kevin McHale would have came over, when Dennis Rodman came over, I loved him. I hated Karl Malone. He came over here, loved him. Hated Gary Payton, came over here, loved him. Couldn't stand Rondo because he was playing for the Ops. Came over here and won a championship with us. Couldn't stand Marcus Smart much. I love, respect his game, whatever the case may be, but couldn't stand him because he was on the opposite team. But guess what? Over here now, you can't tell me shit bad about Mark. That's the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because I'm a motherfucking 10 toes down, big, broad, bully ass nigga. That's a Laker fan. 10 toes down, it ain't shit you could do to shake me off my square. And this will make me unique from other niggas around the way that call themselves Laker fan. I don't give a fuck if you was born at crypto.com. You could never be as diehard as me. Your mama could have had you right there on row 52, section 5B. Dr. Gary Vitti could have delivered your punk ass. I don't give a fuck. You will never be as diehard as your boy here, because guess what? I ain't never switched up on the team, and I don't hate players on the team. Yes, even with motherfuckers that I want off the team, I don't hate them. I just want them off my goddamn team. But guess what? When they balling, I'm going to let them ball the fuck out. If Gabe come in there and do what he needs to do this season, I'm still going to want him off the team, but I'm going to be like, thank you, Gabe, for finally stepping up. Don't you do? Austin Reeves, I want him off the team, but hey, Austin Reeves come in there and do what he does in the regular season and carry it over to the playoffs. I'm going to be like, yo, thank Austin Reeves, but still get your motherfucking ass off the team. It's a little too late. Some niggas want this man to retire, period, or leave the team when he's been the best player, or at least second best player on the team since he got to the motherfucking team. Why the fuck would you want him to leave because you hate him? So we can stink again? Do you motherfuckers not remember what we was doing in Kobe's last couple years in basketball? And then the years subsequent after he left, from the time for his last 3 years with the Lakers, 3-4 years to the Lakers, and up until LeBron came, what was that? Let's see. Let's just say for 6-7 years we stunk to high heaven. This dude comes. First year we didn't do anything. I think LeBron got injured first year, came over here. Next year we get a motherfucking D, Anthony Davis. And guess what we do, ladies and gentlemen? We win a championship, not a bubble championship, the NBA championship 2020, dedicated to Kobe Bean Bryant. So it can never, I would never be smirched a championship because it's dedicated to the goddamn Mamba. That's what we did. Partly because of LeBron, partly because of AD, and partly because of Rondo. We did what the fuck we did. And we would have did the shit again if it weren't for dumb motherfuckers up in the higher ups in the organization breaking up the goddamn team. It's not LeBron's fault this team sucked. That's what motherfucking haters want to say. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that motherfuckers is bums on the team. Yeah, he brought nephew over here, Westbrook, whatever the case may be, and it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. Okay, take that mistake, eat that, and keep it moving. But what's the excuse now? Put the proper motherfuckers around him and Luka and give them a winning chance. And for those who say, oh, we don't like him because he up and switch teams or this and this and that, from what I understand, he's played every single contract out. He never retired or he never quit on a team in the middle of the goddamn season. Hey, man, y'all suck. I'm going to somewhere next year. Stop saying ring chasing. There's no such thing as ring chasing because there's no guarantee that the next team you go to is going to win a fucking ring. So that argument is blasted out the water. He went where the fuck he wanted to go after he fulfilled his contractual agreement. As a matter of fact, Laker fans should actually should never had an argument. They should be thrilled. You know why? Because we've sucked just about for the last 4 years, getting put out in the first round. At any given point in time, he could have said, man, you know what? I want to leave and go somewhere to a team that ain't losing as much as we losing. I want to go to the Bucks. I want to go to the Celtics. I want to go to Denver. He could have, at any time along the way from 2021 on up to now, he could have said, I want to leave and go to the Warriors. I think I have a better chance of winning. But he stuck with our stinking asses. I think niggas should be a little bit more appreciative because I wouldn't want to stay with the likes of Gabe Vincent and Austin Reeves around here. Who the fuck is they? But he stayed again and again and again because like he said, and like I'm saying, he's going to retire a Laker, but we got to put some winning pieces around him if we want him to win again. I'm not going to put everything on him. I'm not going to take everything off of him. But I'm not going to be no motherfucking hater. Y'all need to stop that hating too. Straight up and down like 6 o'clock. This year, I said on Lil Bro's channel, said I'm not hating nobody no more on this team. Do I want Gabe Vincent gone? Yes. I want a couple niggas gone. But until I see some shit like that happen, or until I see and assess how they play this year, the first 10 games I'm giving everybody, first 10, 20 games I'm giving everybody, then I can make the determination, hey, you know, this person needs to go. But I'm not saying anything negative this year. I want us to win the motherfucking game. Win games. That's it. Go out there and give effort, give heart, put your heart out there. Put your heart and soul out there. Nobody's above reproach as normal. Cuzzo says definitely this will be part of his 30 for 30 series or his version of The Last Dance. Absolutely. Everything he's doing right now is a method to the madness, y'all. This is definitely going to be part of that documentary. And you know it's going to be big. You know his version of The Last Dance is going to be epic. I expect nothing less. Cuzzo, he says, Cuzzo, win the next game. I'm ready to see the haters cry and kiss for the damn ring of the king. Man, I think we play again the 12th. I think next preseason game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking. But I can't wait to the regular season. To be honest with you, I don't even want him to play in the preseason at all. Regular season. You know what I'm talking about? I'm ready. I'm ready for Year 23, I'm ready for that possible number 18. And because of, if Jordan didn't retire, he would have passed LeBron in scoring now. By now. Maybe he, one can argue. Hey, because of, the best part about shoulda, coulda, wouldas are really ain'ts in disguise. Let me say that again. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas, cuzzo, are really ain'ts in disguise. Because guess what? Jordan, it's possibly he could have done it. He should have done it, but guess what? He ain't do it because that nigga retired in 03 before LeBron came to the league because he don't want to get his ass busted on NBA cameras like how he did behind the cameras that we didn't see. He leaves the game. 3 months later, here come LeBron, motherfucking Ramon James. Make it make sense, y'all. Mike Alexander, he said, I ain't gonna lie. He got me, LOL. I was ready for him to get his retirement tour going and sell out. Hey, and you know what? Micah, who's to say this ain't the start of his tour? Who's to say this won't be a 2-year-long tour? A 2-year-long tour. Who's to say? All this shit, all this puppeteering and strings and shit like that is not going into his epic documentary that's probably going to last more than just a couple weeks or whatever the case may be. This might be a years-long documentary, yo. He might turn this motherfucker to a TV show. You never know with this guy. There's a reason why he's a billionaire while still playing the game. Jordan became a billionaire after he left the game, solely off of just his shoes and Hanes and ballpark hot dogs and shit like that. LeBron is a billionaire while still playing the goddamn game. It's more than the money to him. It's the love of the game. Like he said, I believe that wholeheartedly. Because guess what? I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't give a fuck how much I love my job. If I got $1 billion, nigga, the next day, I'm going to come up to the job asshole naked and tell my boss, hey, I want everybody to come out here, all my boss, all the co-workers, supervisors, foremen, and all that. Hey, I mean this seriously. Before you call the police on you, before you call security on me, I mean this seriously from the bottom of the tip of my balls. Fuck each and every last one of y'all and this job, nigga. I fucking quit. I just hit the lottery for $5 billion. I don't give a fuck how much I love the job. Could have been there 30 years. I'm getting the fuck out of there. LeBron loves this game. He's made over $1 billion during his tenure in this game. Went from nothing to a billionaire, and he's still playing the game at the level he's playing it. Can't nobody tell me this nigga don't love basketball. You haters better knock it the fuck off. Oh, he's only doing that. But man, he don't have to do. He said himself, this is extra credit. I don't have to do shit. Ladies and gentlemen, he doing it for the love of the game. Y'all just got to get over it. Purple and Gold, that's my guy. He said, what it do, Major? Lakers and Five family, just coming in to salute everyone. Hey, man, shout out to Purple and Gold. Appreciate you for showing up to the channel. A young man. Showstopper H said, what it do, Unc? You all know what to do. Hey, look, he said, look, hit that button, that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and do it right now. You lucky H Davis ain't up here, because if H motherfucking Davis was up here, it'd be a problem. You know, I can't keep him on the leash too long. He's just gonna let loose. Hey, let me get him up. And then what? And then I'm just gonna have to fall back and be like, hey, told y'all. Now I'm talking about Purple and Gold said, same with me, Major. You play with my team, I like you. You leave my team, we're enemies. May the best team win. You damn Skippy, Purple and Gold. You damn a Skippy. You know what I'm talking about? Go James says, Showstopper H. There he goes, my guy. Showstopper says, what it do, my guy? And Go James says, please like and share and hit that damn subscribe button. Hey, look, check this out. That's the second person that had told y'all to do what it does. Now, that was Cuzzo that said that. I don't think y'all need me to tell you what'll happen if you ain't listening to what he telling you to do. I have no control over him whatsoever. He let loose, I'm just gonna fall the fuck back. You understand me? Showstopper said, y'all in the bushes, hit that like button. There goes the third motherfucker that has said it now. There's a third person that has said it now, bro. At this point, I can just go ahead and end the show now because I don't think y'all listening. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead and hit that goddamn button. Showstopper, he laughing at me. And Cuzzo laughing at me. The bandwagoneer, my God, my damn neighbor across the street has entered the building. He says, I think he's doing 25 years. Hey, cuz bandwagon. I know he's doing 25 years. Why stop at 23, bro? Why not give it the old 25? You know what I'm talking about? So he can round that's a fourth of 100 years, bro. And then what if he gets to 25 and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and push for 30. I believe this motherfucker could do it. Bron is a motherfucking vampire. That's just the way it is, bro. But I definitely believe he will do 25, and that's going to be the end of it. The bandwagon said, fucking insane. That is crazy, bro. Can't nobody, there'll never be another person. So Bron is trying to do Tim Brady numbers, huh? Hey, didn't he? Hey, Tim Brady himself said, hey, look, man, that's the GOAT. Hey, look, from one GOAT to the other, people look at Tom Brady's a GOAT. Hey, if he say that LeBron is, then who the fuck can you argue with it? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna say another word. I feel how I feel. Everybody will feel how they feel, and that's just what it's gonna be. You know what I'm talking about? Showstopper said, I don't want to hear shit. Not a goddamn Easter marshmallow peep, ladies and gentlemen. Not one yellow peep. You know what I'm talking about? The bandwagon says, Bron and Brady, the GOATs. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Let the record reflect. You know what I'm saying? He said stats, accolades, achievements, LOL. You know how he does this, and competition. You know how he does that. You know what I'm saying? At Go James Cuzzo says the whole Westbrook thing could be reduced to injury bug, making the team not as good. Thank you. Yes. Minus the team fit. AD missed a lot of games. Yes, he did. Bron missed a lot of games. I think Russ was the only one that played a lot. Yeah, he did. That's true. Great observation, Cuzzo. See, that's why I got Cuzzo up here on the channel, man. I don't think Major Level would get too far if it wasn't for a GOAT James, the barbecue baron around this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Showstopper said, I'm giving Gabe the first 10 games. Yep, that's it. He got 10 games to get this shit. The way he played in a fucking preseason game the other day, he better play like this every time he hits the fucking floor. If he don't play like this every time he hit the floor, giving us at least 8 to 10 points per game, giving us that spark off the bench, that defense off the bench that we need from the point guard position, I will personally go to fucking crypto in the middle of the game and pull that nigga by his braids and drag him right out the motherfucking front door. They can find me later. I don't give a damn. But he got to get off the premises. Do not rip his braids right out, clean out his light-skinned head. Pretty motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Go James says, Cuba or bandwagon. Stop that Brady's the GOAT. It's Tom Flatney cheated the game. He talked about the deflate gate. I'm not going to start no conspiracies up here. You know what I'm talking about? But, it is what it is. The bandwagon said, I've been saying this. You got Westbrook off his season, off of his season where his averages, he averages his fourth triple dub of the season. Yeah, we was looking at those numbers and we picked nephew up off of that. I mean, it is what it is. John Jones cheated and niggas got him as the GOAT. You too. Hey, man, you know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying, I'm talking about Daniel Cormier, the bandwagon says, I don't give a damn. I got my bread at the end of the day. You know what I'm talking about? Got my bread at the end of the day. Niggas trying to erase a Barry Bonds, and that dude got 7 MVPs. Now, in baseball, that's hard. That's a hard feat. That's hard to do. Not to about Go James says, wait, Cuba, you want to go there, nigga? He is the motherfucking GOAT, motherfucking Tom Flatney, motherfucking my nigga, motherfucker. And then he laughed. The bandwagon says he got 3 before he got swole. I'm just saying. He said, so wait, Tom Brady cheats. He ain't the GOAT. John James cheated. He is. Make that make sense, Cuzzo? Cuzzo says, no, that scoring shit was a joke. Cause that see, I'm reading these niggas arguing. You know, that's what JDRs be saying. LOL. They will make some videos today saying that shit. He playing this long to pass MJ. Fuck out of here, haters. Facts. That nigga playing that long because he loved the goddamn game. He ain't chasing Jordan's gold. Why would he? He don't have to. What 6 champion, bro? He don't have to chase nobody. This is what people don't understand. He got his own legacy cemented already. Everything he's doing is extra credit. That's like you done already turned in your homework, right? And you already got an A+ on that homework, right? Now, in tandem with that A+, the teacher says, well, the highest mark I could give you in this class is an A+. You know what I'm saying? You turned in this A+ homework. Now to add bonus on to that, an incentive to that, here, I'm going to give you 2 free pizza coupons to Pizza Hut. That's a bonus. Everything he's doing right now is a bonus, ladies and gentlemen. The bandwagon said, that age got LeBron here. Yes. Said, get a side-by-side from now to 2010. Yeah. Go James says, QB, you damn right. It's legit. No proof he isn't my. Of those guys use the same shit. Many of those guys use the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Multiple cheating scandals on Flatney's name. Yes. Tom Brady, Scum Shady. All I know about Scum Shady is my guy Eli beat him 2 times, and there's nothing nobody could fucking do about it. Argue with your mama, save that drama for Obama. If you got a problem with it. And I'm talking about, what about Barry Bonds, says Cuba? Cuba says Jerry Jones got multiple too, my guy. That nigga Jones, it ran into a female and dipped. Hit it. Oh, hey, look. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I hear y'all, but goddamn, we talking about LeBron right now. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that other shit. You know what I'm talking about? Goat James said, I don't really have a baseball goat for real. But if I had to pick one, it might be him for sure. Yeah, it's been a lot of great baseball players. It's kind of hard to gauge one. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it up to, you know what I'm saying, the Sultan, the SWAT, the Great Bambino. I got to give it up to niggas like Jackie Robinson. No, Mr. October, Reggie. Hey, y'all remember Reggie had he had his own candy bar, the Reggie bar? Y'all remember that? Or in the words of MJ, Reggie, they talking about you right now. The locker room. Y'all remember, Reggie Jackson had his own bar called the Reggie Bar. I'm just saying. It was fire, too. They need to bring that motherfucker back. I think the Mars Company made it. A bandwagon says, Jones remind me of Tiger Woods. Great career until bad shit happens. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Go James says, hey, cuzzo, real shit. What if Brian and Tom discussed this when they met up a couple times this offseason? That would be crazy. Yeah, it most matter-of-factly would be, bro. You know, nobody really knows what LeBron is doing, but he's doing it. LeBron out, Luka in. Yeah, that's not going to be the case. Sorry, brother. Purple and Gold said, facts, LeBron is playing for the love of the game, not for the fame or the money. Dude is a billionaire with a B. Thank you, Purple and Gold. Remember that LeBron stands and haters alike. So I'm talking about. Showstopper says, Dunhill, while you're here, please hit that like and share, subscribe button. And look, go ahead and do it right now. You know what I'm talking about? Before MJ get up here and start cussing niggas the fuck out. You understand what I'm talking about? Showstopper. He laughing at me. Hey, look, man. I appreciate y'all coming up here and fucking with your big brother, your cousin, your uncle, your boy, your best friend, your neighbor across the street, a big major man for this special edition of Major Level Entertainment. Man, please, once again, like my homeboys and cohorts have said, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, tell a friend, a family member, a loved one, as my damn nephew and sniper of the channel, Lewis, will say. This has been your boy, a Big Major, for Big Major Entertainment on behalf of my Major Level Mafia and all the people up here that support my channel. Peace and blessings, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week. I'll probably do another show sometime the end of this week. Stay tuned. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Everything I do is major. I'm getting major paper. Every time I whip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do, I'ma do it major. Everything I do is major, and I'm getting major paper. Every time I rip a track, the shreds like a cheese grater. When I hit your spot, it ain't no way that no one can save ya. Like I said before, anything I do,